Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Average Movie Review Podcast. Just finished watching episode 7 of The Boys. Pretty crazy episode. As you know, this is the second last episode. We have one more episode to go until the series ends. I I don't know why they're ending this series with 5 seasons. Um, I don't know if it's budget cuts or if it's other things, but this show could really do really well with another season. Everything is coming to an end, and it does feel like it's being a little bit rushed. Some of the moments are not landing as they should be. But what's crazy is this episode was actually like the last 2 episodes or 3, 4 episodes have actually been so good that it's like you're finally picking up the pace, but you end in less than one episode. Like it doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense. But just a quick recap of this episode. Honestly, I enjoyed it. I was locked in. Anthony Starr is an amazing actor. He actually made me scared this episode. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I'm genuinely telling you this. Like, when he yelled, "I am a god," like, I actually stopped doing whatever I was doing and I was paying attention to him. Like, he took it so seriously. So well done as well. Again, Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy is probably one of the best decisions they could have ever made. He just nails the role, and he's just so fucking funny at the same time. The song in the beginning is absolutely wild. I that like when I say it's crazy, it's actually insane. But it's like this is what kind of America is right now. Like they would actually do something as crazy as that, and that is such a wild thought to think about. Like to actually think that America could do something like this is absolutely insane. Yeah, freaking crazy stuff in this episode. We got to see Marie Moreau. We got to see I don't even remember her partner's name, Jordan, right? But they had very small roles. They were just told to fuck off right off the beginning of Annie. And honestly, I was getting really tired of Annie's shit too. Like she just again, I mentioned this in my previous reviews. It's like Annie just needs to either be a solid badass or she just needs to give up and move on, right? It's enough of the oh my god, I'm sulking bullshit, which she does kind of get over in this episode. Mother's Milk gives her a pretty good pep talk, which leads her to believing again, and also the reason behind his name. If I'm not mistaken, apparently the reason behind his name in the comics is because he actually used to drink his mother's milk, but apparently now they've decided to change it. I could be wrong, but then he gets to fight the dog hunter guy and the cat lady or whatever, and then she pretty much fucks him up, and she's pretty much back on board, and they find Marie Moreau again, and then Jordan Lee, and they're recruiting them, and most likely Marie Moreau will be in the final episode. From what I could probably understand from this is most likely they'll use her powers probably to take the blood out of Homelander, separate the V1, and then put the blood back in and then kill him. Most likely that's what's going to happen, and that's going to be the finale for next week, and that's how they're going to end him. Or Kimiko actually ends up getting the power, which is one of the main parts of this episode where Kimiko they're trying to recreate whatever happened to Soldier Boy to get Kimiko the same power where she can take away she has the lightning beam that can take away powers. As of right now, at the end of the episode, we don't know if it actually happens or not. We just know Sage helps them, and then Sage is a complete mess, but she also joins the fight at the end as well. Huey and Butcher have a really good moment as well. Butcher seems a little bit more hopeful and funnier, and he seems to be kind of normal back to himself a little bit, which I kind of enjoy. I don't think they're going to be going down the path where he goes and kills everyone. I think they're just going to give him that happy ending he probably needs, or like a decent ending that he's probably going to get. Yeah, I think it's pretty fucking wild. What they're doing with this show and like how they're perceiving everything in terms of like what I guess like MAGA America looks like. It's pretty crazy because like they'll believe anything and it's insane and how much they'll believe and how much they can push propaganda, and it's just absolutely crazy how well they've portrayed this. Um What else? What else about this episode? Oh yes, Frenchie is dead. Um, I'm not gonna lie to you. I guess ever since kind of realizing this man was an IDF soldier, it's been very hard to kind of relate to him. His sacrifice, if it was played by a different actor, perhaps it would have hit harder. I know that might be, but like again, it does hit. Don't get me wrong. We've seen him for 4 seasons. I didn't know about his personal stuff, and putting aside the personal stuff, you know, it's sad to see him go. I didn't expect him to die first, to be quite honest. I always thought it was going to be Mother's Milk, or Hugh, not Huey, but Annie or something like that, or Kimiko was going to die, but I just didn't expect him to die, which is pretty sad. But what really made me sad though was Kimiko. She did a wonderful job in this episode, and you know her crying at the end was very very tough to watch as well. You could tell I honestly felt like it was genuine tears. Like you could really tell there was a lot of love there between the actors, and she did a phenomenal job. She brought that character. You know, she really made me emotional in that sense. But yeah, Frenchie is dead now. I don't know what we have in store for episode 8, the final episode of The Boys. Oh yeah, and then you know Homelander locked up fucking Soldier Boy again, so he might even join the fight and like help them a little bit if he can get out. So there's also that aspect of things as well. Ashley got rid of Bashley and now is like pretty much fucking ruining like her life, and now she's the president of the country. So there's a lot to happen going forward. I don't know what's going to happen with the next episode. I hope it's like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hour episode, because you really need some time to really kind of go over this entire lore and kind of give this the proper ending I feel like it deserves. Killing Homelander is just one part of the ending. It's also about finishing all of these character stories and giving them a proper ending too. So that's going to be really tough to do in 1 hour. You need at least bare minimum an hour and a half to do. But we'll see what happens. I'd love to hear from you guys. The show is coming to an end. I just want to say, like, this show, when I first started watching it, was absolutely the craziest show I've ever seen. I did not know about the comic books at the time. I thought this was just something that they made up, and I was like, holy mother of God, like, this is absolutely freaking insane. How did they come up with this, right? Finding out it was a comic book, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then finding out how the comic book ends, I'm like, oh, this is actually a pretty cool thing. But I think what really stood out for me was that if in reality we did have superheroes, it wouldn't be cookie cutter like Superman, Batman. It would most likely be like Homelander, Soldier Boy, and maybe even all of those other guys. I know it's a parody of them, but the reality is it is possible that it could be them. But regardless, you know, I love the show. I loved every second of it. I really enjoyed this show. I was having a time, like a blast watching it. I'm a little bit sad to see it go in terms of finish in season 5. I wish they did one more season because I feel like the story could have been flushed out a lot better. But hopefully the ending sticks, and we'll just have to wait and find out. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and have a good night, guys, and catch you on the next one.